And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are doing a live playthrough of Mage Knight with our friend, Mr. Tovak. We are going to be doing city levels 8 and 11. I'm trying to get my computer sorted here. All right, this should work. Cool, I think we're good. All right, so, yeah, 8 and 11. So, sorry. Turning this on mute. Cool, we're good. Yeah, so 8-11, that's definitely getting deeper into the territory where disaster is fairly possible. So we'll see what happens tonight. On 8 and 11, I mean, the goal is for me always, I want to try to siege the first city by the end of the second night, which will give me like the third day to kind of recoup and get ready, find where the second city is, or Volcaire's camp if the case is that, and then we could hopefully siege that successfully in the third night. So I got everything oriented on the table. For those who are wondering about resolution, I for some reason can only stream at 720, so I'm not streaming at 1080. When I try to stream at 1080, I have to distort the image, and no one wants that. So here we are. I'm going to just start shuffling up the terrain tiles. Let's get the terrain deck set. I'm moving the camera a little bit closer to the table and just trying to make better use of space that way. So it might look a little bit different, but hopefully I can get the camera a little bit closer, especially to help offset the loss on resolution. So I have the 5 city tiles here. I mean the four cities, and then the one for Volcaire's camp. I rolled a 5, and then I'm going to roll a 4-sided die for the second one. That is a 2. So there's our 2 city tiles. We're going to take the core non-city tiles. Again, there are 6 when you have all the expansion content. I'm going to roll a die for that. I rolled a 2, and I rolled a 6-sided die again. It's a 6, not helpful. There's only 5 left. There's a 4. All right, those are off the board. And I'm actually going to move these all over there. All right, so now we have to take these 4 tiles. They get randomly placed on the bottom of the terrain deck. And it makes a big difference. If the last city is the bottom tile, that could really mess up an otherwise solid game. So there's 6, there's that, there is that. Terrain deck is set. All right, I'll put this down here. So we're going to set our unit offer. Again, I have the regular units here in blue. I have the elite units in green, and they will just be offset off camera like that, just so we can make some more space for the play area. And what I'm probably gonna have to do, since I moved the camera so close, I'm probably gonna have to take tiles off as we go, which is totally fine, because obviously once you start getting away from the gate, you pretty much never want to go back anyway. So our starting regular units, we have thugs, we have herbalists, and we have Utem, crossbowmen. I'm going to shuffle up the elite deck, and we'll go from there. So look, Tovak's it's one of those things when you get into a game, I find it interesting how I'm often stronger with certain characters, but then as I get better at it, I find myself being weaker at certain characters that I was originally stronger with. For instance, I've gotten a lot better with Norowas over the years, but I feel like I'm weaker with Tovak. He doesn't have the crystal generation that you want. Often his attack abilities are right. It's, you know, his special cards I don't feel like are as strong as some of the other characters, but he's just a solid character. But you are dependent on certain things going really right for you as far as what's in the spell offer and whatnot. Let me get the dummy player stuff so that I can orient it based on where that's going to be on the screen. So I have the 6 characters, other characters set off screen, and you're just going to have to trust that I'm doing this in order. I get Bravelar. You know I didn't want that. So Bravelar is in play. Here's his little round order token, and here are his mildly helpful sometimes skills. So we'll see. If I do feel like I'm desperate for mana, you know, some of his 2 mana skills might be really helpful, especially as we get closer to the city sieges. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle his skills, put them there. Shuffling of Tovak's skills, put them on top. Alright, and then we have his crappy, ridiculously ugly mini. I saw today somebody was posting about how to buy a new one. They found one on Etsy for like 40 bucks or something. That looked really cool, but I don't know if it's $40 or cool. But, you know, whatever. You could probably twist my arm into doing it. I am gonna put this here. So that was the artifact deck. We have our wounds. Obviously, I'll be taking some of those the way I play. And we need Brave Alar's skill deck. I have that off camera. And here we go. All right, so we're gonna put his card there. And he's gonna get, and I'll take my ugly mug off this for a second. Cool, so we can see the spell offer as that comes out. So there's Brave Alar's skill deck. He's gonna start with 2 blue crystals on his card and 1 green crystal. So that is that. That goes here. We're going to shuffle up his deed deck. I'll count it just to make sure I got all 16 before we go any further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, we're good. And now the spell offer. Cool, cool. I need to roll 3 dice. We'll set the source. We have a black die, a white die, and a black die. So we only have, we don't have 50% basic. So the white die stays. We re-roll the 2 black dies. We have a red and a green. Much better. That'll go there. The spells. I can, of course. All right, one more shuffle. Tune into solo playthroughs. Watch Greg shuffle for 2 hours. We are going to put this card here. It is Fireball. Nice, I like that. Gonna hopefully have a way to get a spell this first day. Sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. Space Bending, and then we have Demolish. I really like Fireball, and then there's the Ice one where it's like take a wound and have a siege attack eat. Some of those, that elemental siege attack can be a major difference maker in your ability to take control over a city early, late game. So really a fan of both of them. Again, I can't remember the name. I think it's Snowstorm is the blue spell. That's like the parallel to this one. All right, and then our advanced action offer is Learning, Mountain Lore, and Rush of Adrenaline. I've seen better. I've definitely seen better advanced action offers, but we will make it work, hopefully. I think that is everything. We're good to go. Just need to put the first terrain. For those of you who have not tuned into the live playthroughs yet, the way we're working, I have my wife, Sarah. She is womaning the chat. She is amazing and very awesome, so be very nice to her. So she keeps doing this and allows me to have my neurotic love of board games. And we are going to put the first 2 terrain, not terrain. I don't know what terrain is, but we're putting the first 2 terrain tiles on the board. We have a couple of interesting tiles, and we have a kindling, so that's good. We're going to put a advanced action into the unit offer because of this monastery right here. Now, I use these little handy dandy bags. I find them better than spending 5 minutes stacking tokens. We are going to put the Mage Tower garrison face down, and then we have 2 marauding orcs that are going to be coming to join the party. The first marauding orc is going to be over here. It is an ironclad, kind of a nasty guy. I don't think we're going that way anyway, although the fireball's there. Getting the 5 movement during the day to enter the desert can be a hassle. Although the other alternative, I have 2 mountains in the middle, so the other alternative, let me put this other orc on, then I'm going to kind of reason through this a little bit. The other alternative we have here, so we got some cursed hags, I think they are. The other alternative is we can go this way. We have a maze here, so if I have enough movement, I can just try to battle a monster in there. And if I beat the monster, then I could take as a reward the fireball, but then we're stuck having to do 3 movement into here, so it will have to be the cursed hags, and then another 4 movement into where the monastery is, and you got a swamp here. So none of this is ideal. Let's pull our opening hand, and then we will take our tactics, and then we'll be off to the races. All right, we got concentration, we got march, we got swiftness, we have rage, and we have threaten. What do I want? All right, here are the day tactics. And so I'm probably going to take great start. It's a fair amount. So it would be 4 movement there. And then once I'm there, I'd have to reset to 0, spend another 4 movement. I only have 4 attack, although swiftness gets me 3 more attack. The offer's not terrible. Concentration will really help with some things here. Threaten's kind of a wasted card. Unless I could go, well, the other argument is I go to the village. I plan on pillaging in the village, and then I get 5 movement to go in there, and I just get the spell that way, which kind of gives me some more control of variables. Plus, if I go to the village, I can recruit the thugs. I'm going to be slamming my reputation early, so getting a unit early isn't the worst idea. Alright, I think I talked myself into that. Let's go to the village, pillage it, go in here. I'll probably end my turn there because that 5 movement out's going to be a pain. And if I'm there, it'll only be 3 movement in the night. Alright, great start. Here we go. I'm going to roll a die for Bravelar. He rolls a 4. So unfortunately, we lose our access to planning for the game. One of the things I like better about Volkare's Quest and Volkare's Return is that you always have an opportunity to get the tactic you want at least once a game. And then I picked 2 more because it's a great start. So I have Stamina and I have Crystallize. All right, let's move these off. And Bravelar went first because he pulled a 4. So we're going to set our tactic order. And that's that. Cool. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Thanks for joining, man. All right, so Bravelar's first turn. We're pulling 3. We have a green card, and a green card. That's creepy. We're going to get another off the top because there is 1 green crystal in Bravelar's inventory. I'm going to transport myself right there, and we're going to take myself up to the village and hope that when we reveal that Mage Tower garrison, it's not the one who's like, 5 shield with physical resistance, because that would be gross. All right, so we're just going to move 4. The question is, do I want to... I'm hesitant to use that green because I'm going to want that green, I think, for concentration, although I have other move cards. All right, we'll see. I'm not going to use the green to power Mars. I'm going to actually just spend the 4 movement, get myself to the village. We reveal the garrison. It's not awful. Probably not blocking that because it's an ice block. I mean, I'm sorry, it's an ice attack. I would have some ice block, but again, ice block's not efficient against an ice attack, so I would need 10 block. That's probably not happening. So we're looking at 3 wounds, which again isn't awful. But while I'm here, let me recruit someone. I think I'm gonna take the crossbowmen instead of the thugs. Sometimes that reputation bonus the thugs give you is really nice. The influence bonus the thugs give you is really nice, but I think that crossbowman with the ranged attack, the block and attack values are the same. You can use the attack 3 without doing reputation. You could assign a wound when they happen to spend influence, so there's a little bit more flexibility there. So I am going to power threaten with the red mana from the source. So that's an influence 5, and then I'm just going to use crystallize sideways to give me influence 6, and then recruit the Utum crossbowman on the very first turn, which is good. And to the end of my turn, I'm going to clean up my area. I rolled, it's another white. I'm going to take these, put these off screen, and then we are going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 5, and yeah, we're going to do it. So I forgot one thing. First turn, I'm forgetting things. Badness. All right, since I used threaten and I powered it, I do lose a reputation at the end of my turn, and now I'm going to lose another reputation because there's a village and it rhymes with pillage, and that just needs to happen. So we are now going to Bravelar's turn. He goes 1, 2, and 3. It's white. He has, man, that's 3 whites in a row. That's weird. So 3 greens in a row, and then 3 whites in a row. It's a sign. I'm not sure of what, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to move 5, which is a little gross. I think the only way I'm moving 5 is by playing both my swiftnesses. My swift nigh. I don't know. Swiftness is a reward? I don't know. It doesn't sound right. I only need 6 attack, and I have the green, so that's actually pretty good. Mana draw, I'm not sure is going to be even that helpful for me, because I can use concentration to power rage. So the question is, do I want to keep mana draw, or do I want to keep cold toughness? Cold, if in case I want to take him out, it might be a good idea to keep cold toughness, because then I can have the block and just get the extra reputation boost. So that's fine. So I'm going to move. This is move 4. I need move 5 again because I'm going into a desert during the day. So I'm going to turn mana draw sideways. That makes sense. You know what I realized with Tovak is that the cards, his special cards, he takes away 2 really strong cards in the base deck, and he doesn't really improve them all that much. So like when you're playing with, what's her name? Is it Wolfhawk? Yeah, Wolfhawk gives you another version of Swiftness that's better than Swiftness, right? Tovak gives you another version of Determination and Cold Toughness, but I just don't find it that much of an upgrade over what I would use Determination for. And similarly, his other card gives you another version of Improvisation, which it's nice you don't have to discard a card, but in a way it's almost worse than Determination because you don't get like that +2 if you were going to combine it with, if you do Concentration of Determination and you're powering it, well, that's a 7 of whatever you need, which can be really handy. So, I'm not sure his special cards really do that many favors as compared to some of the other heroes. But, I mean, the real question right now is, do I want Cold Toughness or do I want Mana Draw? I'm going to get rid of, oh man, but I have the yellow, I have the white, I don't have any blue. I'm going to get rid of Cold Toughness. I kind of talked myself into it. So I'm moving 5. I'm sieging this Mage Tower. That gives me a reputation loss. This thing's going to attack me. I take 3 wounds. C'est la vie. Ooh, do I want to just give 1 wound to the crossbowman? Interesting. All right, let me think about this.
Do you want to get involved in a debate over cards to take at the beginning of the game? Great start versus plan.
No, I'm with Eric. I probably take great. No, I don't think it is. I probably take great start more, but I'm always tempted to take planning. Planning is such a cool card. But when I really want a big turn early, like I did here, I thought great start was better. I'm tempted to try to block this 10, and I might actually have the cards. No, I don't have a black. Oh, well, that's interesting. I don't have a blue is what I meant to say, but I can get a blue here, which gives me a block 6, block 9, block 10, but then I won't have the 6 attack. Or if I power that gives me block 8. And then I would have the attack the other way. Attack, block 8, block 10. Oh, I can do it this way. Yeah, let's not take those 3 wounds. Look at Greg not taking wounds. I'm going to play constant. I'm going to actually discard this. I'm going to discard one of my rages. So I'm not discarding either the Mana Draw or the Cold Toughness that I was debating. I'm discarding my rage to get the move 5. Right? I didn't get any new information, so this is all legit. Right? So then I'm going to attack. I'm going to block him. It's going to be 10 to block because he's doing an ice attack, so I need 10 block. I'm going to play Concentration, which gives me the stronger effect of whatever card I play, +2. Right, and now he has ice immunity. So if this was an depicted for each ability, +1 ice block for each ability or color of attack depicted, plus unless it has arcane immunity. I think this is a block effect, so I think this is legit. But if it has arcane immunity, it doesn't work. All right, yeah, this is totally fine. So I'm getting +1 block, ice block for each ability or color of attack. This ice mage has a color of attack that is blue. So because this is a block effect, this is fine. It's not immune to that. If it was another kind of effect, it would be immune to that. So I'm actually going to get a block 6, but it's +2 because of concentration. That's block 8, and then I'm going to. Oh, I can't do it this way. Man, I'm crazy. I'm going back to the original plan. I'm taking 3 wounds because I can't see a way around that. I can give 1 wound to the Uthan Crossbowman, which probably makes some sense because I could heal him. Yeah, I'm going to give 1 to the Uthan Crossbowman. I take a wound into my hand. That will make healing a bit easier, and then I'm going to use concentration to power rage, which was again the original plan. So he's dead. Having to do that 1 card sideways, I was just 1 card away from being able to do the block as well, and now I don't need to worry about that rule ambiguity with Cold Toughness, so we're good. So I defeated the Ice Mage. I've already lost the reputation for sieging a fortified site, but I do get 5 fame, which means I'm going to be able to level up. Nice. I'm going to roll this. It is red. Now, I've cleaned up my play area. We're going to have to get, we don't have to, we're going to get our reward because, you know, we're going to remember to do that this time. I'm going to take Fireball. I'm going to put that on top of my deck. And then we go through, we're going to do our level up. So since we're leveling up, we're going to take 2 of Tovak skills off the top. We have 2 movement during a day, 1 during night, or 2 regular attack or ice attack. They are usable every turn. That 2 movement card is really, really, really nice. So we're going to take that. Bravelar skill, it's -1 to explore or +1 attack or -1. I think it's +1. Let me get Bravelar's thing. It's like every turn you can do attack 1 or reduce the attack of 1 enemy by 1. And that is either or. There's a Arethia skill which is similar, or a Wolfhawk skill that's similar, but it allows you to do both for the same enemy. This is not nearly as dynamic. So we're probably not going to be taking that. And now I get an advanced action. Man, I really don't love any of these. Rusty Adrenaline only works if you're actually taking damage. Mountain War can be helpful. It's like a cheap way to get a larger hand size if you can get some hills around you. That move 3 is nice. I mean, I'm already stuck in a... I mean, that would allow me to get the heck out of where I am. I'm not sure I'm going to be taking care of... I don't know if I'm going to be attacking Mr. Ironclad over here. Although I actually probably take care of him with that spell I just picked up. Let me take Mountain Moor as my advanced action, so that goes on top of my deck. And now we're going to draw up to my hand size, which is 5. And then we're going to, oh yeah, I can kill him with Fireball. Nice. And then we're going to Bravelar's turn. So red, and white. That was red. I don't know. We might have had to just quit because something weird's going on. Now we're going to go. I'm going to... Ooh, I could do that, which is probably smart. Just makes a more efficient turn. I'm going to play move 3, move 5. I'm going to move here. So I moved adjacent. I provoke an attack from Mr. Ironclad. And then just hopefully we don't get super unlucky with the countryside tile we put here. And then since I provoke that attack, I'm going to pay Fireball, power with the red from the source. That's a ranged fire, attack 5. Mr. Ironclad is physically resistant, but you know what? That iron just melts under this intense heat from the Fireball. So he's gone. I get a reputation back and 4 fame. So that gets us up to 9. So I'll just do this level up real quick. So I have another shield. We're going to roll this. We have an all-white source. Not great. And then these go off screen here. I'm going to draw up to 5 still. So that's that and that. I wish I had a green. I think I would probably heal the crossbowman, but I can get a green. Oh, yeah, good. Happy. All right, Bravelar is going to go. He goes 1, 2, and 3. 1 more. We're getting max turns this first round. That is very nice. I'm going to play Mana Draw. Glad I kept it instead of the cold, icy toughness, cold toughness, whatever it is. I'm going to use the stronger effect of Mana Draw. So I take another die from the source. I can turn it to any color I want except for gold. Whatever color I turn it to, I then take 2 mana from the supply. And that is it. I'm going to power March for 4. And I'm going to power Tranquility for 2. Heal 2. I'm going to heal my crossbowmen. Again, they are a level 2 unit, so it does take 1 point of healing for every level of the unit in order to heal it. But that made a much more efficient turn than me having, or round than me having 3 wounds in my hand. And now I am going to use this move for March. So I'm going to use the first 2 points of movement to put a terrain tile here. Now, again, this looks weird. It feels weird every time I do it, but it's absolutely correct. You can put a countryside tile on the board if it's adjacent to 2 other tiles, or it's adjacent to a tile which in itself is adjacent to 2 other tiles. This would not be fine for a core tile, but it's fine for a countryside tile. And lo and behold, we have, make sure it's oriented right. All right, so no, that looks wrong. Why does that look wrong? Where's the number? The number's over here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it looks weird. We have here. I have it tilted a bit, so it's for the video, so that wasn't looking right. So we have an orc up there, we have a village, we have a magical glade, and we have a green mine. The orc is a wolf rider. I have 2 more points of movement. I do not want, I mean, I'm tempted to go there just to start getting crystals because I always struggle with crystals with Tovak, but I'm just going to move here. So I spent the 4 points of movement, 2 to put this terrain tile on, 2 to move into that plane, and then I could start building out more tiles by the end of this round. So this has been a really, really productive round. So as per the instructions on Mana Draw, this green die is not re-rolled. The white die is. That's now blue. These are all put aside. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 5. 1 and 2 and 3 more. These are all my cards. And Bravelar goes bing, bing. It's blue, but he has no more cards, so he's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn. So I have Instinct, Promise, Stamina, Rage. I have Rage. It would be 6 Influence to get the Thugs. Which I can actually do. Well, no, actually it's less because the Thugs, because I have a negative reputation, it becomes positive in recruiting the Thugs. Let me put my ugly mug back on the camera here. It becomes positive when I'm recruiting the Thugs, so actually I only need 4, which I have twice, which is crazy. So I can do a lot of cool things this turn. So I'm going to play... how do I want to do this? All right, I'm going to move 2 to get into the village. I'm going to spend another 2 movement points to put a terrain tile here, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do any more exploring because I wouldn't have a space that would be adjacent to 2. So we got this on the board. This gives us another magical glade. We have a ruins, which is going to come face up because it is the day. That will go there. If we spend 3 green mana, we can get 7 fame. Guarantee you we're not doing that. And then we're going to put an orc in the middle of this tile. It is a summoner. No, thank you. Do not want to mess with that guy. Probably not, maybe. And then while I'm here, I'm going to spend Power Promise to get the stronger effect, which is Influence 4. That is augmented by my -1 reputation, but that becomes a positive because, you know, Thugs are special like that, and I'm going to take a hold of them while I have the chance. Now, I could, there is an argument to wait there. Maybe I get something better, like Utham Swordsman or whatever. But again, I'm not going to push my luck. My luck, there'll be like 3 scouts coming off next turn, and I'm not going to be able to do anything. I have 2 cards left. Oh, the other option. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking if I didn't put this out, there would have been another argument to say, don't put this tile out and spend all my influence. I got to get 3 points. Oh, because 3 points of influence, I think I might have been able to heal this. I would have to do the math again. Actually, I might have been 1 shy because of that -1, which only helps in recruiting the Thugs and not much else. But ultimately, I'm happy to be where we are. All right, so I'm going to roll this. Bravelar declares end of round. I am happy to oblige. Let us move on. So we'll just put this. This is going to go on his deck. So he has another white card on his deck. This gets put here. These move down. Space bending is out. Unfortunate thing about that is he does get another blue. So we are going to play a little bit more high variance with how quickly we go through his deck. So that's fine. We're going to take this out. And then we're going to re-roll the dice in the source for the first night. All right, rolling that. Green, green, white. Totally legit. We're going to put 3 regular units on the board. We have some peasants. We have more peasants. Just a peasant party. And then we have some red cape monks, which are never as useful as I want them to be. I think like, the only monks that really... The monks with the 4 siege attack, I feel like are just a no-brainer. If you can get them, get them. The other monks, I'm just not convinced they're worth the 7 influence. Ice Shield's going to go in the unit offer because we still have a monastery on the board. I know it's a travesty. And then Ritual Attack is replacing the advanced action offer. And Snowstorm, that's the one I was talking about with the 8 siege attack. I might try to get both of them, although Burning Shield is also a pretty cool card. What am I doing? I'm shuffling Bravelar's deck. That was a really cool first day. You know, it just worked out the way it happened. You know, I have 1 wound. I got a really strong spell. I somehow paraded right through 2 desert tiles. Ended up exploring 2 more tiles on the board. Got my reputation at -1. Recruited 2 units. That's a pretty cool day. which, you know, means that this is probably going to be really crappy first night. But, you know, I'm happy for now. This game has a way of evening itself out, in my experience. But you do need things to go your way when you're trying to beat it at this level. You know, there are just times where it just isn't workable. And you just cry uncle as soon as you realize it. All right, so my deck is set. I'm drawing up to 5. I have stamina. I have march. I have a wound. I have stamina. I have march. Wow, that's garbage. I mean, in theory, I could go here. I do have that one other move card. I'm not enthralled by having all my move cards out. That isn't good. I don't mind having the wound, because then I could actually, I get the +1 here. I can move here, heal the wound from the magical glade. Wow, that's some crazy stuff. Yeah, I want my movement cards being more spread out than that. I've never seen that. That is the most absurd. I have 2 pair, guys. Hope I'm not raising into a set. All right, I'm gonna play Midnight Meditation and just I have to redistribute my movement. Oh man. The other argument is I just put a whole bunch of stuff on the board early, but then I'm gonna be stuck and not have anywhere to go. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. So I'm taking Midnight Meditation. We're rolling for Bravelar. Don't roll a 6. He rolls a 5. I am fine with that. So Midnight Meditation, I go first, and on my first turn, once time this night, before any of your turns, you may shuffle up to 5 cards, including wounds, from your hand back into your deck and draw that many cards. I'm going to shuffle 3 cards. I'm going to keep one of them archers. I'm going to shuffle 3 cards back into my deck and draw 3 new cards so I can get a little bit more balance here. It's a weird use of Midnight Meditation, but just where this board is. If I was still here, I think you have a better argument, but the fact I'm already out there, I'm going to need 5 to get into that forest because it's a night, but yeah, that was just too much movement. So I'm going to take 3 more cards, mana draw, mountain lore, and crystallize. All right, that's better. That's better. All right, my turn. I'm going to power march for move 4 and then use this. It's only +1 movement at night as opposed to the +2 it was during the day. I'm going to move into this magical glade. I'm not going to mess with the summoner. I have enough cards that I think could give me a chance to knock him out. I definitely want to get another block or attack card in my hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play mana draw. And that's going to let me use another card. And let me start getting some crystals in my inventory. I'm going to power crystallize with a green. And I'm going to do that. Now, Manager is a really strong card, but it just felt like, again, I want to start getting some crystals and I want to get deeper into my deck and maybe actually knock out that guy. That's a nice 4 fame orc, which could really pay some dividends later. So we get a black crystal and a blue crystal. Since I ended my turn on a magical blade, I can heal my last wound, which is awesome. And I will start the next turn with a black mana, which is probably useless, but I'll put it in front of me just so I don't forget. I'm drawing up to 5. I have instinct, I have stamina, I have cold toughness, and I have tranquility, which I don't have any wounds, which is crazy. Bravelar, there's a green, it's a white, don't be blue, it is red. Nice, good job. My turn. I can play... I have so much block. I probably will take care of that guy and just hope it's not awful. I'm gonna play Tranquility to draw a card, see if it's my spell. It's not. More block though. So move. So I got move 2 with stamina. So we'll see what's going on here before I totally commit to that. And we have a terrain tile coming out. It is. It's funny. I've taken care of the glare from like the camera angle, but sometimes I can't see what's going on these things now. All right, so we have another village. We have a keep. We have a maze. Happy to see the maze, actually. And we have ourselves a deep mine where you can get red or white. What do you want? All right, that goes face down, and we're good there. So nothing happened there that changed my mind. Let's kill an orc. Sure. So it's an orc summoner. I do not have the ranged attack to take care of him. I did not get either of my swiftnesses, and I only have a ranged attack 2 because of the crossbowman. So he's a summoner. So what happens? Well, since I did not kill him in the sieged or the ranged attack phase, he's going to pull a monster for their attack phase and the block phase. All right, so he's pulling a really attractive worm with its tongue out and two faces. Awesome. Somebody knows that guy's name. I'm gonna look it up just to be thorough. This is what I do for you guys. I am fighting against a crypt worm, of course. So Mr. Crypt Worm is attacking me with a 6. I can I might trying to think how useful these units are going to be the rest of this turn. Let me burn the thugs for block 3. And then I will spend cold toughness for block. Well, I don't want that for sure. That's actually going to be really useful next turn. That'll waste a cold toughness. So if I go into the maze, you can only bring 1 unit into mazes with you. So having both of them unused is kind of pointless. I also just don't feel like taking 2 wounds. But nothing here is going to be that efficient, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to use cold toughness for block. What's the attack I need? I need 4 attack. I don't have a red. Oh, that's gross. Fine. So I'm not going to use the thugs for that. I'm going to use cold toughness for block 5. And then I will use... Oh, I'm going to need to use the thugs for that anyway. Yeah, so he doesn't have any ability. I don't think fortify counts as an ability. Someone's going to have to tell me this. Cold toughness is one of these cards that always drives me bananas. So we get +1 for each ability. It is a defensive ability, so it is fortified. So I can block it with that. It's ice block 5 +1 because of its defensive ability of being fortified. All right, rock on. So he's totally blocked, and now I don't attack him. He just goes away. And now I attack the summoner, the guy who threw that ugly crypt worm at me, and I'm going to use both of my attack cards in my hand for attack 4. In the melee phase, he is dead. I get a reputation back and 4 fame, which gets me up to 13. Rolling that is blue. These go over here. I lose the black mana because I did not use it. I did not level up. There's no reward for doing that. Oh, I'm actually on a magical blade still, so I will start next turn with the black mana, and I will draw to my hand limit, which is 5. There's that ranged fire attack I wanted. That's not awful, though. If I end my turn in a village, or in a hills, my hand limit is 1 higher next time. So I can actually use Mountain Lore to get there and then have a bigger hand, which will give me a real shot of doing some cool stuff in that maze the following turn. I might actually go for an artifact instead. I mean, spells are great, but again, I'm never rich enough in mana with Tovak to be that excited about spells, and artifacts tend to have less of a need for mana, so I'll probably just do that. All right, so this is Bravelar's second turn. He goes blue, blue, white. There are no whites. Getting very lucky with the way that's pulling out. I'm going to go play Mountain Lore, which is move 3. And since I'm ending in a hills, my hand limit is 1 higher the next turn. Now, I'm not going to be using influence at all this round. I don't want to recruit any of those guys anyway. So at the end of my turn, I want the movement. I'm actually blowing through my deck pretty quick here. I drop 1. My hand limit is going to be 1 higher, so I'm going to get 6, and I can actually pillage it. I will keep the promise and the threaten just to have extra points to play sideways, and hopefully I can actually defeat a monster in that maze at the end of this turn. So I move 3, I ended in a hills. I don't want to power it with this. If I did it here, I could actually get Oh, it's still 1. If I ended, I could end in mountains with mountain lore and get +2 if I do the stronger effect. But obviously, I'm not on a mountain. I'm just on a hill. So that turn was all I did, was just that one move, and then I'm going to draw up to 6, and then I'm going to pillage a village to get 2 more cards. So I actually am 1 shy. Oops. Counting is hard. Who knows what it is. So I'm no longer on a magical glade, so that goes away. Bravelar is going to go red, blue, red. We're good. My turn. I have a lot of movement. I think I can get myself. I don't have a red, so this might be my only ticket to get a red. So that's going to be that. Oh, then I could do a siege attack. Oh, nasty. Nasty, nasty. All right, so I just need 4 movement to get into those wastelands. I'm not going to power anything. Oh, I'm going to need 6 movement when I'm there, which I can do with that. That's 6. So 4 movement, so I play Stamina, Sideways, Threaten, and Promise. That gets me here. Oh, yeah, I should be totally good. All right, now that I'm there, I'm going to... No, I don't reveal that because it's night, which is fine. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to do before I do my action for the turn. No, I'm going to save everything else, and then I'm going to enter the maze. I need to spend 6 points of movement now that I'm there to actually get an artifact, assuming I win the battle that's about to happen, right? So I'm going to spend March. I'm going to power it with the green from my inventory, and I'm going to spend Swiftness. So that's 6 points of movement. That's right there. We are going to draw a monster who is defending this valuable artifact in the maze, and it is this jerk, Hydra. Hydra, I'm sorry, kid, you don't got a chance. Because I am going to, it's not fortified, and it's ice resistant, but it is not physically, physically or fire resistant. So I don't even need to take a wound, because I had it set up where I could potentially have done this siege attack and taken a wound, but I don't need to worry about that, because again, you're allowed to bring 1 unit. I only had 1 unit left that wasn't used up this turn, so I'm bringing the crossbowman with me. I'm going to power Fireball. Now again, I don't have any red mana. I'm going to play Concentration to get a red mana token. That powers Fireball for a ranged fire attack 5. And then I am going to use the Uzum Crossbowman for their ranged attack 2. That's a total attack of 7, and nothing that he's resistant to. And I never even used this, by the way, so I had another 1 movement there. So in theory, I could have done that. That would have made a lot more sense. So anyway, Hydra's dead. And that is going to be 5 fame. That gets me up to 18. I'm going to clean up my play area. And we are going to get our rewards. So we're doing our rewards and a level up. And I'm saying that out loud because I would forget otherwise. So our reward is an artifact. We did 6. So I'm going to put a shield there. If I can get it out of this box. All right, there we go. Put it up there. Now, again, there's 2 more open areas. If there's multiple players, somebody else could go and like try to get the reward in for spending 2 movement, or the reward for 4 movement. 2 movement, just 2 crystals, I think. I don't do it very often. 4 is the spell. But I myself cannot attack the same place twice. So I'm looking at the 2 artifacts. I have the Book of Wisdom. Throw away an advanced action card from your hand. Gain an advanced action card. I'm sorry, not an advanced. Throw away an action card from your hand. Gain an advanced action from the advanced actions offer to your hand that is the same color. Or throw away an advanced action. I am not a fan of this. Sapphire Ring. Yes, please. I would. Something that gives me access to black mana makes me a lot more comfortable about taking more spells as we move on. So the Sapphire Ring, I'm going to be able to get a blue mana token and a blue crystal to my inventory, and I get +1 fame. And then once I can break it, I can get an endless supply of blue and black mana, which does actually put me back to looking at Snowstorm. So that's done. Now we're going to take our level up. So I have Motivation, or I have a Wound Management card. The Wound Management card is I can discard a wound once a turn and draw a card. If I had more wounds, I'd be tempted, but Motivation, I've actually written about this in some comments. I really like Motivation for big turns. It's one of my kind of my go-to skills. I rarely don't take Motivation if it comes up. And now I take an advanced action. Swift old. So the danger here is if I don't take a Rush of Adrenaline, this is a dual color card. So if this comes out at the top, you know, when you 1, 2, 3, Bravelar is actually going to draw another card for each color. So if he has reds and greens, he's going to get another red. He already has a green. But at this point, I think Swift Bolt is too much better to pass it up. So we're going to put that here. So I got my reward. I did my level up. And now we're going to draw up to 5 still. I need to get to 24 before I start drawing 6. So these are all my cards. That worked out fairly well. I mean, I'm tempted just to siege this keep blind, to be honest with you. But I can't. If I got to be careful, if I'm there, I could explore from there because it's connected to there. I'm really tempted to siege this keep. I have a ranged attack 4. The problem is I have no block. All right, I'll be good. I'll do it next turn. Yeah, and I get some crystals in my inventory with Sapphire Ring and Swift Bolt. All right, that's better. So Bravelar goes white, red, blue, 3 off the top, 2, 3. There you go, buddy. My turn. I'm going to play Swiftness for move 2. I'm going to put a terrain tile here. It is a monastery right next to me. Oh, how could I pass this up? Shoot. All right, we'll see. Do I have influence? Still a promise. I have to get that ice shield, but I'm not going to have enough influence to make it worth it. All right, so this is an orc that goes there. We have a dungeon, which I love, and we have a monastery up there. All right, this I'm just going to turn motivation over because I'm not using it this turn. I'm going to play Sapphire Ring to get a blue crystal from my inventory. I would also get a blue mana, but again, I'm not using it this turn, so who cares? But I do get +1 fame for that. And then I'm going to play Swift Bolt to get a white crystal from my inventory. So that's cool. And then I'm going to play Rage, or I'll play Promise sideways to get 2 more movement between the skill and Promise to actually put another tile. So I'm not going to have an action this turn. I'm just going to play movement points to explore. And then I am going to just chill because I just have 1 card left and I can't do anything with it anyway. So by chilling there, the nice thing is I'll be able to see what that keep garrison is and then decide what direction I want to go in. I'm probably gonna let that monastery live, unfortunately. And speaking of monastery, this needs to come out. So we have a 2nd card in the unit offer. So there's 2 here. And what else? We need a Mage Tower garrison. So we have marauding orcs. I forget, they have some stupid name. I think it's like skirmishers. And then we have the Mage Tower garrison face down. We have a magical glade in a swamp. And then we have a deep mine in a forest that you can get blue or green. And that's cool. So all this goes away. I draw up to 5, but I have no cards left on my D deck. Bravelar goes here. He's going to declare end of round next turn. I will beat him to it because I do not want to move anywhere. If I go there, though, I could see what's going to come out in the magical glade or in the keep. That means I'm really not going after that monastery. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to use the +1 movement and rage and just move there. And then both of those will reveal as soon as we get to day. All right, Brave Blood occurs end around. Fine, we're good. I'm going to take this. We're going to shuffle my D deck. And I'm going to have to do some reorganizing here because we're getting off the screen. So we are going to take these 3 off. And we know that this is a unit of 3, 4, 5, so we'll just have to keep track. Because remember, in a wedge tile, you cannot build a city. You cannot put a city tile on the coast. So this is going to go down here. So this comes off and goes into Bravelar's deck. These 2 will come down. We have these 2 are going to leave the unit offer. Bravelar is going to get another red, or the first red mana, because Demolish is getting replaced. One of the arguments to try to bust that up, well, it's day, so the 3 movement will be a problem. But again, both those are really strong. Snowstorm's especially strong in the fact that I have that Sapphire Ring, which gives me a blue, unlimited supply of blue and black. So I think the Mage Tower might be my next place to go. The keep's nice, but I haven't. It's not like I'm compounding keeps. The keeps are really nice when you do 2 or 3 of them, because then you're getting huge hands. But if I'm not defeating other keeps, like there's really no point to get +1 card at a time, right? All right, so Utem, Crossbowmen, and Thugs are both readied. We need to reset the source. Rolling white and 2 blacks. So the white stays. We reroll the 2 blacks. We have a red and we have a green. We're setting the unit offer. We have no core tiles left. No core tiles on the board yet. There is only core tiles left in the terrain deck. So Magic Familiars I never take. Foresters can be good sometimes, and more Foresters. So we had a peasant party last time. We're having a Foresters party this time. We're putting 2 advanced actions in the unit offer. We get Stout Resolve. Love that card. I don't think I'm getting it. And Magic Talent, which can be really useful depending. Refreshing Walk goes into the advanced action offer, and Expose, another good spell. We're going to shuffle Bravelar's deck, and now we're entering the second night. And at this point, just want to find where this first city is and then go from there. All right, so we're going to reset my motivation skill. And we're going to now look for we're going to draw our starting hand of 5. Be nice when we get to 6. So 1, concentration, march, mana draw, rage. Crystallize. Since it's day, we reveal the keep garrison. It is a hero's, so she does a double attack. She is 5 fame, but minus another reputation, in addition to the reputation you lose for fortifying for sieging a fortified site. Her first attack is an attack of 4. Her second attack is a fire attack of 2, and they have to be blocked separately. And then we have more ice mages, and he's pissed because I killed his brother not too long ago. But, you know, it happens. It wasn't personal, just business. We are going to grab our tactic. I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, the keep's probably not happening. There's no real reason. I can get 6 attack easy here. I'm probably going to be in the same place where I'm just not going to be able to block that 10. I don't have a fire block of any sort, so I'll just take those 3 wounds. Or I don't have an influence card, otherwise I could actually assign those wounds. I would have to spend 2 influence, and I could assign that entire 5 to the thugs, which is definitely something I'd want to do. 6. I could potentially. I need 3 to get in there. So I could potentially get influence that way, just by turning 2 cards sideways. That's a really strong card to turn sideways, though. I don't want to use my motivation skill early. I might. But I might. Alright, let me take. I'm going to take Mana Steel just to give myself another mana. Yeah, I'm going to be using some strong cards. Some weird ways, but I don't want to use motivation yet. But I'm thinking I might actually bump into a dragon before the second night is over, and then I'm going to want a bigger turn then. So I'm going to play Mana Steel. I'm going to roll for Bravelar. It's a 6. The right moment is out, and I stay in first, which is nice. So since I took Mana Steel, when I take this tactic, I put a die from the source on the card, and I can use it at any turn, and it does not count as me using a die from the source, which can be a really nice way to get a bunch of mana for 1 turn. All right, I need move 3. I have move 2 from this, and then I'm going to use this sideways to get another move. So that's move 3. I'm now facing the ice mages. I lose 1 because I'm sieging a fortified site. I am going to spend 2 influence. I'm not blocking him. I'm going to spend 2 influence to assign damage to the thugs, because you cannot assign damage to this unit unless you pay 2 influence. So I pay 2 influence. I'm assigning this 5 damage all to the thugs, and he's only a level 1 unit, so I can heal that real easy, which is a lot better than me taking 2 wounds to my hand. And then I'm going to power. Now there's only 2 die in the source, which looks silly, but again, one of them is on Mana Steel, so this is legit. I'm playing concentration, which allows me to play another card and get the stronger effect +2, so I'm doing 6 attack. This Ice Mage is ice resistant, but he is not physical resistant, so he is dead. I get 5 fame, so 19 to 24, which is awesome. We're going to put this here, so we're going to do another level up, and we have to get our reward. I'm re-rolling the green. That's gold now. This comes here. And we are going to get a spell, and we're getting Snowstorm. It's going to be snowy tonight, guys. We're putting that here, and the level up is just taking another token off. And I'd have to be in a village to recruit the foresters, which wouldn't be insane. They can be pretty helpful. Definitely be pretty helpful. All right. I'm going to draw up to 5. So we have Snowstorm, we have Promise, we have, oh, draw up to 6, I'm sorry. I just leveled up. And so we have Snowstorm, Promise, Tranquility, Swiftness, Mountain Lore, and March. Is there a mountain anywhere? There is. Maybe I'll take out those dummies. No, I can't. I can't. If I go there, I'm not going to be able to actually put any more tiles out. Now he's behind the wall, so I can move here without provoking an attack. If I went from there to there, it would provoke an attack. Ranged ice attack 5. I mean, I could probably kill him. It's probably a waste of time. I'm going to save some of these strong cards and try to again kill whatever, because there's like the garrison of the city, and then there's usually a couple enemies around it. So let me find that first city, hopefully this day, and I can kill some things with these cards, some really strong cards. Mountain Lore, I would love to end on a hill, but I don't. Getting there is going to require too many turns. So first turn is over. So the Brave Lord is going to go. He's going 1. There's a dual color card, red and green. He has 1 green in his inventory. So that comes over. My turn. I'm going to use Tranquility to heal up my thugs. They weren't used up last turn. I just assigned damage to them. So I don't know why I put that down there. I didn't use any of their abilities. I mean, I could recruit the Magic Familiars, but they're so mana intensive that I can't justify it. Nah, that's not happening. All right, and I just need to move 3. I have this. I can get a move 6 out of this, which I think makes some sense. So I'm going to do here. I'm going to power march with the gold and the source. So that is a move of 6. Right, so I'm going to use 3 of that movement to go there. I'm going to use 2 more of that movement to put my first core tile out. It is the Green City. All right. Green City's not bad. I don't mind the enemies around it. That poison, especially when it's your first city, you got to be really careful. You're not just loading your deck with wounds. So that's an interesting spot to be in. So we're going to put the first orc over here. Again, it's just a catapult. That's fine. The second orc that's surrounding the Green City is here. It is, I don't know, some ugly Buffalo Cthulhu thing whose name I always forget. Whatever. Somebody can look that up. So he's elusive. So it means you have to block him in order to only have to kill him with 3. But if you don't block him, you'd have to actually spend a full 6. Or if you're trying to kill him in the range or the melee phase, it's a full 6. Now there's a village there, which is nice. Be a good place to potentially go. And I could just do a lot of pillaging to get some big hands, and hopefully we got real lucky and the next city card's there. The Green City's going to go here. We'll actually set their garrison up while we're taking a break in the action here. So level 8 Green City gets 2 monster garrisons. Again, this is all going to be face down. It's revealed when you're next to it because the lights in the city are so bright, obviously. But we're going to just put 2 monster garrisons next to it. And we're going to have 2 city garrisons. Though those are ruins, not the same thing. 2 city garrisons. Again, they're all face down. And we're good. So we're going to put all these on the card. And we'll put that over here for now. So what do I want to do? I have 1 more point of movement. So I could fairly easily What's he attacking with? A 4. I have this card. I probably want to... Man, I mean, am I really going to be... I'm probably not sieging this by night. That's crazy. That is crazy, crazy. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, why not just empty the city by the end of this night? But I just think that's so insane. I'm going to... I mean, I could draw 2 more cards now. You can do it at any player's turn. I could play this card sideways, see what's here. But if it's a dragon, let me see if it's a dragon. Actually, that's probably a smart idea. So I had 6 points of movement. I spent 3 and then 2 to reveal that. So I'm going to spend. I have 1 left. I'm going to play Promise sideways to put another terrain out. It is not the second city, and it is not a dragon in my face. That's correct. We have a labyrinth. We have a refugee camp. We have a mage tower all the way up near the top. So that's going to go face down because we are not adjacent. And we got to put a dragon on the board. And that's face up. We have a fire dragon. Ooh, I could actually just wipe him out with Snowstorm, get a bunch of fame. But we're not going to do that. That elusive's annoying. Am I in a big rush here? Probably not. You know what I'm going to probably do? I'll just move this way toward that village. I'll provoke an attack, and at least I'm like being more efficient next turn, and I'm making use while it's still day of this +2 movement every turn. And then also I'll kill him. I'll end up over here, reveal that garrison, and then we can kind of maybe put another tile here by the end of the round, which I think is which would be really ridiculous. So I could move there now. Nah, it's a waste of that skill, and we're doing pretty good with our deck. So I'm going to roll, again, the benefit of we actually went first this round, so that works out well for us. I'm going to draw 2 cards, 1 and 2, tons of movement. Like that block. Do I want to use that yet? Sure. I'm actually going to use motivation and end myself up with a blue mana. That's all put there. Bravelar's turn. It's a blue, it's a red, it's a white. He has no white crystals, so our turn. So I need 5 movement. I wish I could. I actually probably had 10 movement to get there, but again, once I'm there, it immediately stops my movement because an attack is provoked. So I'm just going to play Mountain Lore for move 2. That's move 5. I go. I want to spend that now. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm here. That provokes an attack. This guy is attacking me with a 4. I'm going to use the blue I just got to get the stronger effect of cold toughness. So that ice black 5 means elusive no longer triggers. So it's only 3 to kill him. And I will power swiftness with a range attack 3 to take care of him. So he is dead. I get a reputation because I killed the marauding orc. I get 3 fame to get me up to 20 Savon. That goes here. This goes there. I'm going to roll. It's a black. This goes here. I'm going to draw 1 card. Cool. And now it's Bravelar's turn. So green, blue, and white. He has no white. Again, super lucky with the dummy deck this game. I'm going to actually might recruit some foresters. This got extra block. Why not? Why not? Why not? So I'm going to move 2. That's move 5. If it's 4, I mean. That's move 6. That lets me go here. So I'm in the village. We're going to reveal the garrison. So we got some Medusa Girl. We got some Amhotep Gunners. We have a Gargoyle of Swords, whatever the heck his name is. And then we have that guy who cannot be fortified but has arcane immunity. And, you know, just a reasonable 10. Reasonable 10 armor. But oh man, I'm like so tempted to try to siege the city this turn, but it would be such a mistake. So the problem is 3 of them have physical attacks, so the poison is going to apply to all 3 of them. So if I don't kill this guy in the melee phase, which is nice because he can't be fortified, so all my range of siege attack counts against him, and that's basically 22 damage worth of wounds because it's going to be 11 to my hand and 11 to my discard pile. So no, thank you. So again, those foresters are looking mighty nice. I'm going to. I should hold on to that range attack. So what I'm going to do is my. Ooh, I can do that. I could use the thugs to get influence, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna use the thugs up to get influence 4, reputation -1, and let's use the base effect of threaten instead of the enhanced effect. So it's either way. If I use the enhanced effect, I lose reputation 1. If I use the thugs, I lose reputation 1. This way, the math's better. So I have an influence of 6. I need 5 plus 1 because I'm -1 on the track. But because I use the thugs, I'm going to recruit the foresters. Again, give me that extra block. And then I'm going to lose 1 because I use the thugs for some influenza, which is nice. All right, so that was my action for the turn. That comes back. These go away. We're going to draw up to my hand limit, which is now 6. Yeah, I knew that. I think I knew that. Did I play that wrong? I don't know. I might have given myself a card last turn. Doesn't matter. So that's 6. I'm going to. I have one more.
Yo. Hides how? Does that mean anything to you?
Hides how?
What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm like really tempted to try to seize the city. That's crazy. All right. Let's see what happens. Brave Alarm is going to go 1, 2, and 3. It's green. He has 1 green. I have so many more turns. So I'm going to use this. It's still a day for +2. We're going to put this on the board. It is not the last city because why would it be? So that's I have a keep. I have a dragon. I have a ruins, and I have a mine. So the interesting thing about this now is I'm going to have to be somewhat strategic. I'm like getting less worried about this city, and I'm more worried about the second. Hey, what's up, man? Spell check. Heidi ho! That works. I like that better. What's up, man? How are you doing? Glad to see I pulled you away from Spirit Island or Dawn of the Dead. But all right, let's put this out. This is gonna be a keep face down. All right, so this last terrain tile is the last city. I cannot put that last city here because this is the edge of the universe. I have much more play over here, but the reality is I'm going to need to somehow next turn go through this. I'm going to need to actually put that city there. There's really no easy way around that. And what I can do is I can move this way because that won't provoke an attack. Because if I went this way, it would provoke an attack from that guy. No, thank you. I go this way, it won't provoke an attack because this dragon's behind the wall. So I'll just siege that keep, and then the last city is going to have to be out here. So obviously all this is going to come off. I'll probably just take everything off other than those 4 tiles, to be quite honest. So I use that move too. I have a bunch of other cards. I mean, is it insane to attack this city? Range attack, range attack. I can get range attack 5, 8. I can kill that guy. The problem is everything else I can block. Do I have an influence card? I could assign to him, but with the poison. Medusa's got paralyzed, which is rough. I have no siege attack. But Medusa's only 6 to block, which I think I can do. This is so insane that I'm actually like considering this. I think I assign the gargoyle to him. I kill him in the range phase. That's 4 wounds, and I block hers, and I'm taking 4 wounds to my hand. I could actually assign the 4 wounds. I could assign 4 damage to the foresters, which would reduce this It beat 3 wounds then. 3 wounds not bad. That's really not bad to knock out 2 of their garrison potentially. I could wait a turn, pillage the village, get 1 more card in my hand. Alright, but I have to play a card for a turn. I can't just do nothing. So if that's the case, I might as well yeah, use this for the move 2. You try to go to that magical glade. Have me move forward. That's getting me in the wrong direction. I want that influence just in case. Move 2. I use the forester's move 2, and I just want to have his block. That's interesting. And then I'm just using him for a shield. Cool. Forester's move 2. We're attacking. We're sieging a fortified site. I need 10 to kill this guy before I even think about anything else. Alright, what's the most efficient way to get 10? We are doing... Oh, this is so crazy. I'm going to play Sapphire Ring to give me a blue mana crystal, Fame 1, and a blue mana token. I'm going to use that mana token to power Snowstorm. So that's Ice Attack 5. Now he's Arcane immune, but he's not immune to Ice Effect or to Attack Effects, and that's an Attack 5. So that's legit. Then I'm going to use Swiftness. I'm going to power that with the white from my inventory. So that's a range attack 8, and then I'm going to use a crossbowman to give me a range attack 10. So this guy is dead. We now have these 3. I need to block her because that paralyzes. Gross. So block 4. I can block her with this, and then I'm just basically not killing anybody else, which nope, I can't block her. If I assign her wound, Mage Knight. I did it differently. I want the influence. Block 6. I need the move. How am I getting block 6? I can get block 6 this way. And then I'm just taking... That's fine. Still not awful. I won't have the influence card because I need to use every bit of that instinct. I had to use the foresters to move instead of the block, which was my original thought. So I'm just basically taking 2 more wounds, which still isn't bad. I'll have a whole night to heal up. That's fine. So I'm doing block 6. So she's blocked, so I don't worry about her poison or any of it. This guy is going to... They're both going to attack. So I'm going to assign... So the gargoyle is attacking with a 5, so he has poison with it because he is doing a physical attack. So that's 2 wounds and 2 wounds. I'm going to assign 4 of the 5 damage to the foresters. I'll heal him pretty quick. And then I'm going to take the other 2 to my hand. The Amhotep Gunners are attacking with a 12 attack because it's 6. He's brutal, so it becomes double to 12. I'm going to assign 1 of that 12 to the Amhotep Crossbowman. Or sorry, Uthman Crossbowman, and I'm going to take the other 3. So by assigning it here, the armor for the crossbowman is 4. So the 12 points of damage is reduced to 8. So then the 8, since I have 3 armor, that gets into, I have to take 3 wounds to make up for that. So that's fine. She was blocked, so I don't have to assign damage for her. I have nothing left to do, so I basically just attacked that to knock off this big bad, which just worked with the cards in my hand. And I'll worry about healing next turn. And then I'm also going to be in a village, so any influence I could spend for points of healing, which is another reason that I thought this was a good idea. So I'm going to go back because I unsuccessfully seized it. He's dead. I'm going to play Swift Bolt as a special action, so I can do that after combat. And I'm going to get White Crystal to my inventory. And then these are going to go away. I'm going to roll that. It's now green. I used my die for Mana Steal, so that goes away. And all of this is going to go to my discard pile. Right? Now, at the end of the round, I never took the fame for beating this guy, so I get 8 fame. So that gets me from 28 to 36, so I level up again. I'm going to put 1 shield on here to show I killed 1 of the 4 garrison. The other 2 are going to go back and just hang. This guy's out, and I'm going to do my level up. So I'm going to look at the next 2 skills. Did I not put a second skill out? No, I didn't put a second skill out when I leveled up last time. So this is I could take that now if I wanted to. I won't. This is for every point. This is actually a nice thing. So every kind of resistance that the enemy has, their armor is reduced by 1. So if you're having to do a really inefficient attack, this actually can save you up to 6 points of attack if it has all 3 kinds of resistance. So that's actually a really cool one. This token is also interesting. You get +3 shield every turn. Looking at what's in the city, I think this shield is actually more helpful. So it's basically I get +2 fire shield, +2 ice shield, or +3 physical shield. And I think that makes some sense. Oh, this one's really good though. That would mean I only have to attack him with a 6 as opposed to an 8. But I have non-physical attack, not a ton of it, but enough. That's fine, we're good. So we're going to put another one out there from Bravelar, and then I get to take a card. I'm going to take Refreshing Walk. Yeah, that's cool. So I'll get to heal a bunch for even the end of the turn, and Blood Rage comes out. I draw 1 card, and then I can pillage the village to draw my... No, I want to do that? No, we won't do it. And then Bravelar goes 1, 2, and 3. It's blue, so he's going to declare end of round next turn, which is cool. My turn. I have moved 2 from this. I'm going to play... I'm going to power Refreshing Walk. So I have moved 4 and heal 2. So I'm healing 2 from my hand, and I'm going to move into that Magical Glade, which is nice. And then that's going to give me... I'm going to end my turn there, so I'm going to heal another 1 to throw away a wound. And we're good. I'm going to roll this die. It is black. I draw my last card. Bravelar declares end of round. And I don't have the move to get back to the village, which is what really where I want to be, so I can start doing some pillaging. But I had 5 wounds. Right, because I just had this card, so I had 5 wounds, so that's fine. So I did throw 1 at the end of the turn. I thought I might have forgotten. I'm going to throw away another... Nope, yeah, Magical Blade again. I'm going to throw away another 1, and that's fine. I should have started the turn with the gold, but I didn't. But I'm going to... Basically, I got rid of 4 of the 5 wounds in my hand, and now I just need to find a way to heal these 2 guys. Now again, when you're doing a Magical Glade healing, it's not the same as healing. You just get to throw away a 1 from your discard pile or your hand. You do not get to heal units. So there would have been some argument to use Refreshing Walk to heal this guy, because I get 2 points of healing, and it's only 1 each because he's only a level 1 unit, or I could have just healed the Uthran Bowman. But I've thought I don't want to clog my deck with wounds, and now I'm basically going to start the second night with only 1 wound, and I have 2 cards that will give me enough healing to heal both of those guys, right? So it worked out fairly well, assuming I, get access to green mana, which shouldn't be that big of a problem, but you never know. We are going to shuffle these, my deep deck. We're going to reset my motivation skill. I'm going to put these away. This goes on his deck, so he gets another red, and he gets another red crystal. So that's going to go on the bottom of the spell deck. These will go on the bottom of the advanced action deck. And we're going to put these units away here. We're going to re-roll the source. It is a blue, a black, and a red. So that black is nice because I'll be able to hopefully use a siege attack and knock out a couple of these guys. Actually, that siege ice attack, I can knock out both of them in one blow, which would be amazing. So there's only one regular unit because now there's core tiles on the board. So we have 2 elite units. We have the Defana Masters and we have Sorcerers. Oh, I really like the Sorcerers. They're super fun. All right, that's cool. That's cool. So with 2 wounded units, I mean, there could be a place. Sorcerers you can only get in a Mage Tower or a Monastery, which is unfortunate. The Defana Masters are going to be a little more tough, especially with my influence being so low. My reputation being -2, so that's probably not happening. But I can dream. We're gonna put this here. So Call to Arms. Oh, so the Call to Arms is interesting. So the Call to Arms, the Defana Masters cannot be recruited except by spending that 13 influence. So, but the Call to Arms, and theory, if I find a way to get that, which is probably also not going to happen, but if I did, I could use a Call to Arms to actually just take this and add it to my units, and then just not even have to heal a unit and just have a better one. Ambush and the next card are going to go over to the unit offer. So Ice Bolt and Ambush are here because we still have 2 monasteries on the board. It's a travesty, and then we have Training, which will go in the advanced action offer. I'm going to draw my hand of 6. Tranquility, nice. Snowstorm. Oh, that's what we're talking. That's really gross. Don't have the. Man, that's insane. That's insane. All right, so the thugs. God bless you. My wife just sneezed. If you didn't hear that. Everyone say God bless you. We're going to. These are still wounded, but they are ready. They're just wounded, so I can't use them.
Somebody really likes Storks.
Works.
Sorcerer.
Oh yeah, they're super fun. Super fun. All right, so I might. What are my cards? I'm gonna try to say Aspiring Power for the 3rd night because why not? Don't always love that because you roll a 6 and bye bye. Not. I'll play Long Night. Once my D deck is empty. Influence. Heal. What is happening? Who is doing this? Alright. I could do some cool things this turn, actually. I'm just going to go first and then give him maximum chance to go after me and hopefully not roll a 6. Where's his die? Don't roll a 6. It's a 2. I love you. There's one more thing I wanted to. Long Night is still available, so I'm going to go first again. And before we get too into this, I'm going to take all these things off because they're just in the way. I'm going to take these off, that off, and I know I'm putting the last city up there, so it's just going to be a diamond. And I'm going to take all these tiles off the screen. All right, down here, and then there was 3. Cool. So I'm first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Crystallize. I have so much access to blue that I'm going to power the blue Crystallize with a... No, I could blue from the source. I don't think I'm doing anything else this turn. Yeah, I'm going to attack next turn. I'm going to power it with a blue from the source to get me a green. Then I'm going to use the green to heal up my... Yeah, I'd rather do that. I'm going to heal up the crossbowman. And then I can have the one move. All right, I'm going to stay in the magical glade. But I don't have a wound in my hand, but that's fine. I'm going to drop Promise because it's just a waste of a card in my hand. All right, so that's going to go away. We're going to roll this. That's white. That's better. I draw up to 6. 2 and 3. So there's a wound in my hand, which is fine. So if I don't successfully siege it, I come back here, then I could just throw that out. So I think I'm going to enter this turn because why not? Bravelaw's first turn, he pulls the dual color card again, red and white. He has no white in his inventory. Our luck continues. I need move 2 to get into that city. So I'm going to, you know what? Let's use my motivation. I'm going to get 2 more There we go. And I'm going to get a blue. So it's like if you have the least amount of fame, you always had the least one in a solo game. And that's fine. All right, so I'm going to move to heal 1. So I can just heal 1 point of healing from the foresters. Yeah, because if I end up back there, I want a wound in my hand in my discard pile. So that's fine. So I'm entering the city. I'm sieging a fortified site, so I lose another reputation. So what else is new? I am going to use the the blue I got from Motivation to play Snowstorm. And I'm going to use the black from the source. That is my die from the source. And that gives me a siege ice attack 8, but I have to take a wound. So there's the first wound in my hand. Now, this does count toward the purposes of knocked out. So if I get 5 more wounds in my hand this turn, my turn is over. As far as I can't do anything else from my hand. Now, I could use like units and stuff, but I would basically be done with anything else. So that Siege Ace Attack 8 is enough to knock out the Gargoyle and Medusa. The Gargoyle is physical resistant, but he is not ice resistant, so that knocks out both of those guys before we even get to the rest of the phases, which is ridiculous. All right, now I am going to then go to the next stage of the combat. I'm going to Power Cold Toughness. That gives me an Ice Block 5, +1 for each color of attack or ability, so it's a ton. He's only attacking Fire, attack 6. That is more than enough to block him. So now we go to the melee phase of combat. I need an attack 6. Could use the thugs. I don't really know about you losing that reputation though. I'm going to use a crossbowman for attack 3. Nice block. Yeah, I mean I have this block which I'm not using. I was trying to think of the math. I mean there's a chance I could have saved this blue. I'll do that. I'll save the blue because why not? I have another blue in my inventory. So I use this shield. So that gives me an ice block 2 plus the ice block 3 plus a physical block 2, which is inefficient, but together that does block him. And now we just need an attack 6. I'm going to do the crossbowman for attack 3. And then I'm going to do instinct for attack 1. And then I'll play threaten sideways for attack 6. It's all physical attack. He's only ice resistant, so he's dead. So all 3 of them are dead. I'm gonna play. Man, I probably should have done. I probably should have taken the long night. I'm gonna play Swift Bolt to get a white crystal from my inventory before I forget, and then I just have 2 wounds in my hand, which is great. So at the end of this mess, I'm gonna put 3 shields on the thing. If there was something I could recruit there, it would be nice, but there's not really set up to recruit right now, obviously. I'm going to clean up my play area. I got to get the fame for that still. Let me roll this black die. It's gold, which is useless. These all go to my discard pile. And then I'm going to get the fame. The fame total is 4, 9 plus 7, so that's 16. 36 plus 16, math majors is 52. And I'm going to get another shield. Ooh, I actually have another opening for a unit. Still can't get those Defiled Masters. And then we're going to, this goes here too. We're going to draw up to my hand size +2 because I am now the brand new owner of a green city. So I'm drawing up to 8 cards. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So second night, and this is crazy. So what I want to do is just get a ton of movement, try to get to this keep, and we really want to get that last city on the board. And again, we know it's there. There's only 1 terrain deck left, terrain tile left. So Gravelar's going to go. He has a green. He has a red. He has a white. There are no white in the source. My turn. I'm going to. I have a move 1 from that. I have no greens. Concentration, which gets me a blue but not a green, so that's not the most helpful. I don't think I have any more influence cards. I think I burned them all, which is fine. It's basically going to be 13 movement to get to this keep, so that's a goal. I could just move into that and then heal. That's not the worst idea. Not the worst idea, and I would still get the benefit of being next to my own city. So let's do that. So I have the move one, I use one of my marches, end up here. I ended my turn on the Magic Blade, so I heal one. I start the next turn with the black mana. I probably won't use, but I'll take it anyway. And we're going to draw up to 8 again. I kind of like all these cards, I guess, so I'm going to just draw 2 more. So it's a March, I like, and Swiftness. All right, good. The only... Oh, wait. Did I just move... I would have had to do another card. It's move 5 because the Forest at Night it's move 5. I just spent 3, so I have to spend another movement. And I didn't have Stamina in my hand. I only had the March, so that's fine. Sorry about that. So I do draw another card now because I'm still going to get up to 8. The only problem I go in there is now it's going to be 4. I do not want to provoke that attack. I mean, although I could potentially just kill it. Nah, I'm not going to mess with that. That's silly. So I'm going to go 4, and I'm going to actually go a pretty absurd way to get to that city, but I think doing the healing made some sense. So Bravelar is going to go green, white, and green. He has 1 green in his inventory, so that comes off. My turn. We're going to go, and really it was 5 to either of those. I am adding, if I went here, I am adding 5, 4. Yeah, I'm basically adding just 4 points of movement to do it this way instead of if I went 5, 4, that's 13. Now I'm doing 5, 9, 13. Oh, I'm adding 8 points of movement. That's fine. Whatever. I have this, you know, +1 a turn. What could go wrong? I'm going to... All right, trying to think. Just maximize movement here. I think this makes some sense. So I'm going to play Mana Draw to use... I can draw any die from the source, even a gold one. Then I'm going to turn the gold to green. I'm going to get 2 green crystals, and I'm only doing that so I can power concentration. And that will give me the stronger effect of another card, +2. So I have 6 movement there. That's 8 movement. That 8 movement is going to be enough to get me into here. And then I'm just 4 more points of movement into sieging that. Keep the next turn. And I have Fireball in my hand. And there's a red die in the source. So I'm actually going to be pretty set up to take care of whatever shows up there. I have 2 points of movement left in my hand, and then I had another point of movement here, which I ended up not being able to use. The math didn't work out, but that was pretty successful. Now I did lose. I'm no longer next to my city, so my hand limit's back to 6, but I think that's fine. We'll make that work. So this does not get re-rolled as for the terms of Mana Draw. We have another green from re-rolling the white. These both go away, and we're good. Now I didn't have to use Mana Draw. I mean, I could have just used both my Swiftnesses and done the same thing, but I thought keeping a Swiftness would actually be nice because I have the whites and it's a pretty versatile card. So we'll see what I draw with these next 2 things. Sapphire Ring. All right, and we have mana stamina. So that will actually work out pretty well because I can play that, get the 4 movement, and then I'll have the ability to use the attack ability on Swiftness if I want it. 2 and 3, it's a white. There are no whites in Bravelar's thing. I don't have that anymore because it did not start on the Magical Glade. So I'm going to play Sapphire Ring. I get a Fame because of that. I get a blue crystal to my inventory. I'm maxed out there. I do get a blue mana as well. I'm going to use that mana to power stamina. So that's a move 4. I'm entering the site. So the sieging a fortified site. We have to lose a reputation. And notice the whole point of that was to avoid triggering an attack from that Draconum. I just don't want to mess with. Now, if I had the other siege, I have the 8 fireball. If I had the snowstorm, whatever the heck that is, I probably would have just killed it and got the reputation bump and whatever. But at this point, it just wasn't worth taking wounds and stuff. Everything else is going well enough the way it is. All right, so what's happening? I just need an attack of 7. He is attacking me with a 3. I can block him with the thugs, who I never used, which is awesome. Or actually, I can even just block him with my skill, whatever. And I'm going to attack him with the Rage. I'm going to power that with the red from the source, and then I'm going to power Swiftness with one of my white crystals. And that is the attack 7 I need to take care of him. So he's out. I get 3 fame. So I go from 53 to 56. Bam. And we're going to roll that. That's gold. We're going to set this up. And I'm going to draw my last card. Mountain Lore. Awesome. I never healed that guy, but we're good with that. So this goes into my discarded pile as well. All right, Bravelar. 1, 2, 3. It's green. My turn. I'm going to play Mountain Lore. I have move 4. And we're going to put the last tile on the board. It is the Red City. If you had the money on Red City, go to the window and collect your earnings. All right, we're going to get the ruins. So we have ruins. We have a red mine. We got 2 Draconums. That's there. And 2 Draconum. All right. So this one is a... Yeah, what he's called, but he's fire resistant, ice resistant, brutal with an attack of 6. Oh, yeah, no. Wow, that's garbage. I hate that guy. The Draconum Summoner is like the worst. He like summons 2 monsters. I never ever fight him if I can help it. Now, the crazy thing, I actually have 2 more points on movement. Could like in theory just defeat him with either. He's arcane immune and physical resistant, but I mean either the fireball or the snowstorm works against him at night. So just to take him out before he can attack. But yeah, you don't want to be facing 2 monsters at once, man, without any clue of what's coming your way. I can't move here because I'd provoke an attack from that jerk. I gotta put a shield on this keep. So ultimately what I'm going to have to do next turn, but again, I'm so ahead of the game right now that I'm not that worried about it. I'm going to have to go here, which will reveal the red city, and then I'm going to have to defeat that dragon, go here. Because if I tried to seize the city from there, both of those guys are going to join that battle. No, thank you. So I'm going to have to kill that guy, move here, and then attack from that location, which is a little cumbersome, but I'll have the cards to do it. I think pretty easily. All right, so we're gonna just end our turn. Nothing else happens. We're gonna start. Is that a hills? Nope, it's not. But again, I have no cards anyway, so we're just gonna start there next turn. Bravelar goes. I'm declaring end of round because there's nothing else for me to do. And that's that. I am gonna take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we will have the last night. I will get going, and hopefully we can finish this thing off. All right, so short break, like figure 5 minutes. Right now I'm seeing 7:36 Eastern, so figured like 7:41, 7:42. All right, thanks. Alright, come on back. Cool, we are back. I'm back about a minute or two early, but I realized there's a lot more setup than that I didn't want to do. I want to get that city out and just do a bunch of things. So we'll just get this on camera so you all know it's on the up and up. I'm not rigging things. I will say, in full disclosure, I practiced. When I don't play this game for a couple weeks, I do like to just go back and get a couple of games in, because just to get my head wrapped around the rules. You know, and then I played twice as Tovak and got destroyed both times. So I think just live streams are good luck. Something out. This goes here. Yeah, I just put there. So this goes there, that goes there. So these are the two spells in the advanced actions in the unit offer. We're going to take the units away. So we're going to the third day. Another Defana Masters, bananas. Ice Golems, who I can recruit at a keep. And I magically am not on the X yet, so I would need 13 influence. I'm intrigued. I do have some thugs that will give me an easy 4. Ice Golems are nice, man. Alright. Red and 2 blacks. Since that's not 50% basic, we just roll the 2 blacks. That gives me a green and a blue. That's better. And then we're going to shuffle Bravelar's deck. I think I've done everything except the spell offer. So yeah, because Bravelar is 6, he should have 7 at this point. So we're going to put a white crystal in his inventory. This is going to go here, and this comes out. Tremor. Ooh, it's a nice one. That's a nice one. So let's get the red card. Got my cheat sheet on the back. The level 11 Red City has 3 city garrisons. We have, they all go face down because I am not adjacent to it yet, and I will likely not be adjacent to it for a little bit of time now. So 3 city garrisons. We have a monster, and we're gonna have a mage tower garrison. Not, oh shoot, that, sorry, it's a crypt worm, I saw it, but I'm not gonna redraw. And I think if you just know 1 out of 5, especially if it's the monster, no one really cares. That's correct. My fingers failed me. So these 5 are in place and ready to go. Okay, everything in the Red City is brutal. I mean, every physical attack in the Red City, I should say. So hopefully that doesn't hurt us too bad. I start on my keep, so I get 7 cards because my hand limit is 6 plus the 1. Ooh, heal 1, so I can heal up my first foresters right off the bat. So that's 6, and that is 7. Intrigued. I mean, I can't get the... I was thinking I could potentially wipe out him with the siege ice attack, but again, it's night, so I can't get to blizzard. I can only do a snowstorm, and he's fortified, so you can't beat him in the you cannot beat him in the range phase unless you have siege attack. So that's fine. So I drew my 7. I have to get my when you take this deck, I discard 3 cards. Nah, I'll be early, so I will go first again. Bravelar is number 2 by default. Let me get my ugly mug back on the screen. There we are. All right. What are we doing? These are the questions I ask myself. I want to move 4. I can heal up my foresters. So let me do that. Healing 1. All my units are back. Do I have influence? I can get influence 9 fairly easily. Still a far cry from 13. Not sure the ice golems are worth all of that. One of the things I could do is go kill that dragon and then maybe come back, but that's a lot. That'd be 4 back. That'd be adding 12 points on movement over the course of the round. Probably not the smartest idea I've ever had. 4 back. Ranged ice attack. Now he's fire and ice resistant. So having all this elemental range attack is doing me no favors. So we are going to be looking at blocking him, but it'd be a 12 block because it's a cold fire attack. I can get 9. I can actually get 12 block just from my units. But then we would need 9 physical attack, which makes that more interesting. Let me just do this. I'm going to move. And I got rid of this influence card too. So I'm going to play stamina. We're back to day, so I get the +2 movement. So stamina +2. So I'm going to move into here. We reveal the Red City. We have a crit worm. Who knew? Magic familiars. The icers, I think they are. What? Freezers. We have a catapult. We have 2 catapults. It's just a catapult heavy poisonous city. The nice thing about that is only 2 of those guys are going to have brutal. Now, granted, the freezers have some paralyzed, but that's where a unit like the thugs comes in, or the foresters comes in nice, because it might be like, hey, thank you for your service, foresters, bye-bye. Because again, if you have to deal a wound to a unit and the enemy that deals the wound has paralyzed, then the unit who takes that wound is disbanded. But again, it might not be the worst idea ever. I'm still adjacent to my keep, so I would draw up to 7 again. I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power it with a... Do I want the green or the red is really the question. I'll take the red. So I'm going to get a red crystal in my inventory, and then I'm going to throw away Threaten. I'm going to re-roll this. It's black, because that's helpful. And then we're going to discard that, and I'm going to draw 4 new cards and just need 9 attack. Oh, that's really intriguing. Huh. I have an idea. That's absurd. So 1, 2, 3. That's green. There's 1 green in his inventory. So the crazy thing about this, so things are inefficient when you are when there's resistance, right? So if I attacked this guy with Snowstorm, it would only basically be the equivalent of 2.5 worth of attack. If I attacked him with Fireball, it's 2.5 worth of attack, but then I also have Swift Bolt. I could actually use all 3 of those suckers and defeat him. The other option, and then I have all my units available to me. I can't do a siege attack with any of them anyway. The ranged attack doesn't do much for me when I'm sieging a city, which is a fortified site. So, at night, the siege attack is more helpful. And I think that makes more sense than burning up any of my skills. So I'm going to attack this jerk. Even better, kids. I have tons of movement anyway because it's day. I'm going to end my turn on this hills, which provokes an attack. And I'm going to get +1 because I'm playing Mountain Lore. And then I'm going to play Sapphire Ring. I'm going to get a blue... that's fine. I'll get a blue crystal to my inventory, but that just is dissolved into mana because I'm already at my max. I get another blue mana. I'm going to power the ranged ice attack 5. I get 1 fame for playing the Sapphire Ring. I'm going to use this red crystal I just got to power Fireball. And I'm going to use the white crystal inventory to power Swift Bolt. So that is a ton of ranged attack. This is not a fortified enemy. So he is dead. I get 2 fame back, or reputation back. So I'm at -2, and I get 9 fame, which gets me up to from 57 up to 66. So that is done. So that was a very mana intensive, and this, since I didn't use it, just goes away. That was very mana intensive, but I think that still made some sense. Mountain Lore goes away. I'm going to do my level up, and again, I do draw +1, so I'm going to put this here to remind me of that. Level up, I get more skills. I got skills. They're multiplied. I can use a card sideways for +2, or range attack +1, +2 at night. I'll take that extra. The number of times I've been like 1 or 2 points of attack shy. Fine, I'll take that. Why not? I don't think this is going to be all that helpful. So I'll take that. Brave Alar skill is whatever that is. Spend a mana to discard a wound. If you spend a green, you also get to draw a card, I think. That's how that works. And then I take an advanced action. I'm feeling some blood rage. That goes on top of my deck. Again, I put Mountain Lore there to remind me that I... Ooh, into the heat. Interesting. I'm drawing +1, so I'm actually drawing I'm still adjacent to my keep. So I'm drawing 6 +1 +1 because I ended on a hill. So I'm actually drawing 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 4, 5, and 8. Wow. Okay. Fine. So Bravelar's gonna go 1, 2, and 3. It's white. We do the white crystal. My turn. I am going to. I just need 4 movement to get in there. Refreshing walk's not that useful. I mean, there's now that my reputation is only -2, there's so much of me that's tempted to go back there and do it, but it's not worth it. It would actually provoke an attack and all that stuff, so it's a mess. So I'm just going to move the 4 to get into here, which is where I need to be to attack without provoking this jerk. So I'm going to. I have so much movement. There's that one advanced action where it's like you can use movement points as attack. That would be really helpful right now. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, because I'm not healing. So I'm just going to move 2 and this, and I go here. There is no point to do anything else. I will play motivation, maximize my hand, and then try to get a nice attack. And next turn, I will drop my stamina. I have 2 movement anyway from this. I'm going to drop all my movement cards on my influence card. And just try to get all my attack cards in my hand. So that's done. I'm drawing up to 6. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Oh, nice. 2 attack cards. It made all the sense in the world. I'm going to play motivation because before I forget, so I get that, and I get a blue. Oh, yeah, that was great. Bravelar 1, 2, and 3. He has 3 blues. 1, 2, 3. Again, we've been getting very lucky with the dummy deck this game. My turn, we're going to move 2. And it's on, folks. I lose a reputation because I'm attacking a fortified site, and then we have this ugly array of garbage. All right, let me take a look. Do I have any siege attack? No siege attack. So we're going to do this the hard way. I'm going to just turn this and make more of a showcase for this battle royale. So if I don't, again, the brutal could have been a lot worse, but it's only these 2 that have. Well, this guy was already brutal, so you can't, and he can't be fortified. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, can I kill him? Range attack. It's day. I can get a range attack 6. Can I get a range attack 7? Do I hear 7? Anyone? Bueller? No, I can't. Alright, fine. Whatever. I want to do it the hard way anyway. So this guy is attacking me with brutal, so that's actually 6 points of damage. My armor is 4, and it's 6 points of damage twice because he has 2 separate attacks. Now again, I can block those fairly easily, so not too worried about that. I use that to move in. This guy's attacking with a 6. It doubles because of brutal, so that's 12 points of damage. My armor is a 4 now, so that's 3 wounds. This guy's attacking at an 8. He is not brutal because he does not have a physical attack, so that's only 2 points of damage. But again, I can use movement to reduce that damage. But that's fine. And then we have this, and the other catapult's attacking at a 9. That's 3 points of damage. And then the Amhotep Gunners is attacking at a 3. So there's only 1 point of damage. The gross thing about him is that he's swift, and then he's also going to ice attack. So unless you're doing a fire block, you actually need 12 points of physical block to prevent that. And then the math gets super weird. Like, so even if I did the fire block, so that would be efficient, but since it's still swift, the fire block is effectively going to reduce that to a 1 with swiftness. So again, my brain's already hurting thinking about it.
Schaefer says you have too many peasants.
I love peasants. What I want to do, guys, I don't know. All right, that's too many wounds. I think it makes sense to just block because of the brutal. I'm just going to use this skill and the foresters and I'm just going to block everything from the magic familiars. Bye. I'm then going to, so my hand limit's 6. I'm going to take a wound from Blood Rage. Oh, I have no, oh, I don't have any white or red. What? That's a little gross. I didn't realize how limited in mana I am. But that's fine. I mean, that was the downside of using all the mana I used to kill that dragon. I'm going to use mana draw, so I can use 2 die from the source this turn. If I had a white, obviously I would turn all this into, I would turn one of the dies into red, and I would take 2 red crystals, but I don't. So I'm going to actually power this green, and I'm going to use swiftness because I don't have a white anyway. So that's actually 6 points of movement, and I could use, these both have cumbersome. So cumbersome enemies, you can use points of movement to reduce their attack, which is really nice. So I'm going to reduce this guy's attack just to a 3, and that's only 1 point of damage from him. Right, and you can effectively reduce something down to a 0, you know, if you have enough movement. So I'm just going to reduce his movement, his attack down to a 3. He's only attacking once. He's only going to give me 1 point of damage. So in theory, I could take all that because I'm already committed to basically disbanding the Foresters. Thank you for your service, but you can't do any attacks, so therefore you are dead to me. So if I take those 6 wounds, that's still too many, and I know I'm taking them with range, so I have to block 2 more wounds somehow. I don't have influence to spend on that. I could assign a damage to the crossbowman. I can block this guy, which probably makes the most sense. So I'm going to power this. I'm blocking the Crypt Worm. It's a block of ice block of 6. He has a defensive ability, so it's 5 plus 1 because of the defensive ability, so he's totally blocked. So those 3 wounds are gone. Again, I would have 6 points of damage doubled, so I just basically took away 12 points of damage. And now we're good. I will take those wounds and be happy about that. So I'm going to take 3 wounds into my hand. And I'm going to assign the damage from the freezers. It's only 3 points of damage. It goes to the foresters. Oh no, I'm paralyzed. Bye, foresters. Good luck in whatever your future endeavors are. So that wound just goes away because the foresters were disbanded. And it's a brutal game. It's a little blood ragey, right? Die an honorable death. So now we have these 5 guys. All these cards are used. So I'm just going to get them aside just to kind of simplify things, and I'm not rethinking it. All right, so it's the day. So how much attack can Greg get? I can get 3 attack. I can get another 3 attack. I'll just take the reputation hit now because I'm not going to go back on this. So I have 6 points of attack, 7 points of attack. I take a wound because of blood rage. That's 12 points of attack, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of attack. This is effective against all of them because none of them have physical resistance, which is insane. So with 18 points of attack, the math is not working. Kill the freezers. They're fire resistant, so they're immune to any non-attack or block effects. These are all attack effects, but they're just gross. And I think because of the brutal issue, I think I kill, but I can kill them with, they're not fortified. Any ranged attack is effective against them, and I have a bunch of ranged attack, and we're going to be going into the 3rd night, so I think I just spent 13 attack. That's 6, 7, 12, 13, 14. I save instinct, I save rage. And that means I have up to potential 6 more attack that I might be able to use this round. Probably not, but maybe. So that's fine. So I have the 2 catapults left and just the magic familiars, and I just wait until I can beat them in the range phase, I think. So I am kicked back to where I started. These 2 are dead. I'm going to clean up my play area. All 3 of these will be refreshed because they are once a turn usage. And I'm going to get 12 fame. My 12 fame gets me to 66 up to 78. Bing. I re-roll this. Be good. Oh, red is very good. And then I draw up to my hand limit. My hand limit is 6, and I have 4 wounds and 2 cards. So we're already there, but that's fine. Bravelar goes 1, 2, and 3. It's blue. 1, 2, and 3. He's declaring end of round next turn. I'm going to rest, so I'm just going to drop Rage and all of this. And I'm going to pull 5 more cards. Yeah, I'm like 2 fame away from having 7 cards. Oh, that's interesting. It's a good pull concentration, but I think at this point, there's no point in rushing this. I think I just come back in the night and do it then. I rested. Brave Loader cards end around. I wouldn't be able to block any of that. So, you know, end around works. We're going to refresh my thugs, refresh my crossbowmen. They're like, what happened to the foresters? Like, yep, I know. It's a sad day, but this too shall pass. I'm shuffling my deck. We have 3 measly units. 2 are siege proof, unfortunately, because a double fortified enemy is cannot be defeated at all in the range or siege attack. So my 2 big siege cards aren't going to be as effective against them, but that's fine. And then we have the magic familiars, who hopefully I can knock them off and then deal with the other 2 as we go. All right, red, white, and blue. So very patriotic. Unfortunately, does not give me any blacks to work with the my siege attacks anyway. Green's going to go on his deck. He's going to get a blue crystal. So again, that could be another wrinkle that could potentially derail this seeming victory if we pull too many blues in a row, because that would be a 7-card draw. These cards go away. This comes over here. We put 2 more advanced actions in the unit offer, and then we get a frost bridge in the advanced action offer. We're going to refresh the unit offer. We get some catapults. Oh, catapult on catapult crime. We could be a witness, but not going to happen. And we get some northern monks. Whatever. All right, we already shuffled that. I think everything else is set. So I think I have 4 wounds in my deck. Pulling 6, rage, promise, wound, crystallize, concentration, and fireball. We take this mana search. I think I take sparing power just as a total backup option. Bravelar goes first in case we need a big turn. He's going to go first because he had 3 was the only remaining tactic. He's going to go 1, 2, and 3. It's not blue. He has 2 reds though. My turn. I'm going to spare power. And then kind of consider my options. I don't have any movement cards. This influence card's kind of junky. So I think I'm going to rest, but when you rest, you can still play special cards. I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power it with a blue and take a green. Yeah, that would give me a set me up for a pretty strong attack. So I'm power with a blue, take a green, and then I'm going to roll that. It's another red, which makes me happy. So those go away, and I'm going to draw up to 6 cards again. 1, 2, and 3. Interesting. All right, Bravelar is going to go 1, 2, and 3. It's white. He has 1 white crystal. My turn. We're sparing power. Did get a movement card. Tranquility, which gives me a healing card. I'm trying to figure out some damage here. So I have 10. 15. Don't have. Oh, I can make a black mana with that. But I need the red. That one would be the most helpful. 10, 15. Math is hard. That's 6. 8. I think I have what I need to do it. I'm not going to be really set up to block much of it, which is a concern, but I just spared power. I will play, I don't know if I want to do that. Mountain Lore is not most helpful. If that was hills, I would just move there because I get the bonus from Mountain Lore. The other option is if I had, it's 6 points of movement to go over there, which would give me a red crystal, which is actually really intriguing. I'd have, I could use that green, but it just defeats the purpose of why I took it. 4 points of movement. +2. Let's do it, actually. That could just give me another red, too. But I think loading up my reds right now makes some sense. So I'm going to actually power Mountain Lore. And I have the extra movement from this. So that moves me 6, so it's 3 because it's night, into the sands, and 3 more into the hills. I'm going to end my turn there to get a red crystal. And I'm actually going to have 1 more card because, so there's a lot of reasons why I did that. I did just work hard to get that green because I was thinking I was going to use concentration to power rage, but I think the extra cards and all that stuff is going to make more sense between sparing power, the extra card for being at a hill, plus my motivation skill. So I'm going to set it up for 1 turn next turn. So that's my turn. That green goes away. It goes away. And then I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 6 plus 1 because I ended on a hills. Of course, I got that, which is not awful. That's fine. Brave Lar's gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go for it next turn. 2 and 3. It's 4 blues. Yeah, we're definitely going for it. 2, 3, and 4. My turn. I'm going to use my motivation skill. I'm doing it all this turn, so I'm gonna get a blue crystal from that. I'm gonna undo sparing power, get these 2 cards. So that goes there. Oh, blood rage, thank you. And then I'm going to play, oh, that's really nice. Then I'm going to play Tranquility to get 1 more card. Oh, Sapphire Ring. Unlimited supply of black. That's amazing. So I'm going to enter. I have a move of, do I have none of my basic movement cards? I don't. That's crazy. So I'm going to move with Swiftness because I have better use for that white card anyway. Yeah. So I'm going to move in. And I'm sieging a fortified site, so I'm now officially at the X. All right. Let me figure out these wounds and how much I really need to block here. Remember, I can block 1 of the Magic Familiar's attacks with that, so that's just 2 more because the other one comes in at a 6. It's 3 times 2 because of Brutal. This is just 3. That's just 2. I could spend a point of movement to reduce that because of Cumbersome. I literally have no other movement. I'm not going to be needing Instinct. So I'll use that, move. I mean, I have other movement. Instinct is just a more dynamic card, but that's fine. I'll use that and just get rid of 1 of those points. So that's 6 points of damage right there. If I use the, I'm going to take 1 wound. I want to take a lot of wounds here. I'm going to use Thugs to block the other one from the Magic Familiars. And then, do I have an influence card? No. I wouldn't use Thugs for that. I'm going to use the Uthan Crossbowman for that. And that means that when I assign damage, I want to have room in my hand for 3 more wounds. So my hand limit's only a 6. So I'm going to take 3. If I take these 4 wounds, then I won't be able to use Blood Rage, Fireball, and Snowstorm. So that's just why this is a little complicated. But I can assign, this is 4 points of damage because 7 points of damage because I reduced his attack by 2 with Instinct. So I'm going to assign, yeah, there's no more movement cards. I don't have a green to even power that. That's fine. I'm going to assign this to the Youth and Crossbowman, and then I take 3 wounds on my hand, and then I basically just can't use Blood Rage for the bigger effects. I won't take a wound from that. I'm going to put these in my hand, and that's fine. So that's 3 wounds I took this turn, the 1 that was already in my hand. So I'll just put that sideways and put that there. All right, these cards are used. Those abilities are used. So I'm going to put them here, and I'm going to take these cards and put them on the side with the Tranquility card. And now I just need to get this attack. Now I could have tried to kill the Magic Familiars in the attack phase, in the range attack phase, but I didn't want to waste any points of damage here. So it just made more sense this way. Probably not the most effective. I could have taken some less wounds, but that's fine. I'm going to break the Sapphire Ring. I'm going to get endless supply of blue and an endless supply of black. I'm going to power both Snowstorm. Both Snowstorm and the so that's a Blizzard, and I'm powering Fireball to Firestorm. I have this red. I have this red, this blue. That is a siege attack 16. And then I just need, since we're in the melee phase, I have the base effect of Blood Rage. I have the Thugs has an attack of 3. I can power the Swift Bolt with an attack of 4. I have this Rage for an attack of 2. I have Concentration and Mana Draw, which could have done some more stuff. So ultimately, I have more than enough. That's at least 20. Someone else can do the math. But these 3 are dead. That gives me 19 fame. 78 plus 19 gets me up to 97, somewhere around there. And then I get another fame from this because I cast a blue spell. So that is 98. And then that is it. So cool. We did it way more easily than I expected. So that was fun, man. When you see when it works out, and we just got it done. Yeah, you saw like how like cautious I normally am. And like I was like, am I really attacking this? It just felt early. I felt ahead of the game, and just my timing just felt I was 1 or 2 turns ahead of where I normally am. So that was a little weird, but just looking at the cards I had and the opportunities I had, let's do it. Let's take advantage of what was in front of me. So look, what is coming up? I will probably do a 9/11, and then I will try at some point a Megapolis, I think they call it in the instructions. We'll do a Megapolis, and I'll get thoroughly trounced most likely, and you guys can all realize that I don't always win. Next week on the channel on Sunday, I am releasing the scenario 5 for Robinson Crusoe, so look out for that. Definitely a scenario that was a little bit of a acquired taste for me, let's put it that way. And then the week after, releasing another Gaia project on hard level. My next live playthrough, I'm considering getting some Arkham back in the channel. It's been a little bit, and maybe we can do just a Return to the Night of the Zealot with alternate Roland is what I'm tentatively thinking about. Anyone has any request or another investigator they want to see, I'm definitely open for that. You can check out my Patreon. At the beginning of every month, I list the schedule for that upcoming month, so you can see what's up for coming up for July. And then at the beginning of August, I will do the same thing. I will come just to this channel. The chat's been a little quiet tonight. That's totally cool. Wasn't much going on. I'll take it as a compliment. I wasn't making any rules mistakes, which is unusual. But anyone has any questions or comments, I will give you about 30 seconds for that. Thanks to my wife, as always, for doing what she does with these things. And seeing nothing, that is it. So always happy to get these on the channel. Any questions, comments, epiphanies coming up as you're watching it on a playback, please put them in the comment section below. I will definitely get back to you. But other than that, I will see you next time. And in the interim, happy gaming.